Hi, and welcome to FAFSA Online's FAFSA tutorial. My name is Marie, and I will be walking you through the 2013-2014 free application for federal student aid on the web. Before you start your application, you'll need some documentation handy. Make sure you have your federal student aid PIN, social security number, driver's license, and any financial documentation such as W-2s, tax returns, or parent financial records. You'll need these to successfully submit your application. Throughout this presentation, I will be displaying helpful URLs like the one seen here to provide more information on a topic. These URLs will be repeated at the end of this tutorial as well. Now let's get started. To start your application, visit fafsa.ed.gov. To begin, select Start a new FAFSA. Next, you'll be instructed to log in with your name, social security number, and date of birth. If you're using a public computer, you may want to enter any sensitive information by clicking on the keyboard images next to the appropriate field. This just helps keep your identity safe when using publicly accessible computers. When you're done, click Next. On this screen, you can either complete a renewal FAFSA or start a new FAFSA. Next, you will need to create a password. Keep this private, but make sure it's easy for you to remember. And here you can read through the helpful tips or move on. This is the student demographic information section, and as you can see, the first few fields are pre-filled. The rest is all your basic address, telephone number, and other contact information. The one question you may want to note here is, have you lived in your state for 5 years? This question determines your legal state of residency, which can impact your cost of attendance for state schools. At the end of this page, you will be asked for driver's license information. While not required, this can help prove your state residency status. Also note that as I select each field, helpful tips appear on the right side of the screen. As we get to tougher questions, you'll want to keep an eye on these. In the student eligibility section, you'll be asked some background questions to help determine your eligibility. If you're male, note that you are required to register with the Selective Service in order to receive any federal financial aid. If you're past the age of registration, check with your financial aid office for more information. Next, note the question about work-study. To keep all of your federal aid options open, it's best to select yes. But if you really don't want to be considered for work-study, then simply select no. On this page, you will need to confirm your high school information. Simply enter the full name of your school, town, and state, and hit Confirm. This will provide you with a list of possible schools. Select the appropriate search result and click Next. Now you will need to create your school list. On this page, you should add all of the colleges you want to receive your FAFSA results. You can either enter the college's federal school code, which you can locate at this URL, or search for schools using the fields on the left. Once you've located the correct school, select Add to add it to your selected schools list. You'll then see a summary of all of your schools. Choose your intended housing option and hit Next. This next set of questions will determine your dependency status. Your status is important because dependent students are required to provide parent information, while independent students are not. Keep in mind that FAFSA dependency is not the same as dependent for tax purposes. If you need help on these questions, visit the URL below. If you answer no to all the dependency questions, you will need to submit your parent information. If you select the I am unable to provide parent information option, you will be taken through another set of questions to determine if you qualify for special circumstances. Students who are required to, but cannot provide parent information, may be eligible to receive unsubsidized Stafford loans only. For more information, contact your school's financial aid office. The next screen is the Parent Demographic Information section. Start by selecting marital status, and you'll be prompted to enter related information. If your parents are married, you'll enter both parents' information. In the case of divorce, use the information of whichever parent you live with. If you split time evenly, include the information of whichever parent provides the majority of your financial support. In cases where the parent you live with has remarried, you are obligated to provide the information of your step-parent as well, even if they will not be providing any financial support for your education. Legal guardians and relatives are not considered parents for FAFSA purposes. If you have unusual living arrangements, or if you have questions on who is a parent, contact your school's financial aid office for help completing this section. Next, note the household size question at the bottom of the page. Parent household size includes yourself, any parents or step-parents you live with, and any other dependent children to whom they provide the majority of the financial support. To help you calculate household size, you can expand the calculator section, which we'll walk you through. In the Parent Tax section, start by selecting the filing status. For purposes of this tutorial, I am selecting Will File, meaning I have not submitted my taxes yet. Note that by selecting this option, you can file the FAFSA earlier, but you'll be required to make adjustments once your parents do file. These are the basic income questions. This information can be found on your parents' tax return, or you can estimate either using last year's tax return or the Income Estimator button shown. This screen asks for more parent financial information, including income, assets, and other payments and tax credits made in the last year. If you need help completing these questions, make sure to check the Help and Hints section to the right. This section provides corresponding line numbers on your parents' tax forms, along with other clarifying information for the section. The Student Tax section is similar, but I am selecting Already Completed so that you can see the IRS data retrieval process. This tool allows you to pull your completed tax information from the IRS directly and is available starting February 3rd, 2013. Since this is just a demo, I can't connect to the IRS, so I'll select the Will File option. Next, select your appropriate tax form, enter your adjusted gross income and earnings. You can use the Income Estimator to help determine what amount to enter, or check the Help and Hints section on the right. This will provide more information on how to enter these numbers and where you can find them. If you had used the IRS data retrieval tool, all of this information will have been filled in. If you're estimating, don't forget to go in and update your FAFSA once your 2012 tax return is available. Here, you'll need to enter your total amount of income tax in 2012, along with any exemptions you claimed. If you select any of the additional financial information items or untaxed income, you'll be prompted to fill in related information below the item. If none apply to you, you can simply leave them blank and move on. This is the final step, the Sign and Submit page. If you're filing the FAFSA for yourself or your student, select No to the first question. As you can see, student information is pre-filled based on previous entries, so to sign, the student must enter the Federal Student Aid PIN. Once you hit Enter, hit the Sign button and agree to the terms in the box. The process should then be completed for the parent. Parents can sign electronically using their separate PIN or print a signature page to mail in. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to submit without a parent signature. Click Submit My FAFSA now. Congratulations! You've successfully completed your FAFSA on the web. This final page provides a summary of your FAFSA, including next steps, school information, and contact information should you have any questions. You should also make sure to print a copy of this page for your own records. For more information, visit fafsa.ed.gov, call the Department of Education at 1-800-433-3243, or contact your school's financial aid office. Thanks for watching our FAFSA tutorial. Make sure to visit us again at fafsaonline.com for more helpful tools and information like this.